Hi, I'm Leanne, and I'm travelling with my husband Kevin to Mexico. In my previous episodes, I've been told off for comparing Mexico City to Europe. Here's a castle, and here's a statue of David. But we also visited Frida's house, beautiful, and then we went off to see Leon's place. Ate some good food, looked at lots of interesting sights, and then joined our Intrepid trip to the rest of Mexico, or some of it. We went to Teotihuacan, Puebla, Oaxaca, and now we're in San Cristóbal de las Casas, and we will join us there.
Hello, good morning. I didn't have a chance to talk to you last night. We arrived at San Cristóbal in the pouring rain, and we went out for dinner to a nice restaurant, but we had to walk through almost ankle-deep water to get there, but that's okay. This morning the rain doesn't look like it's quite so bad, and we've got some things to do now that we've had breakfast and a good sleep, so I'll catch you later. Ready to face the day.
Buenos dias.
Hola, buenos días.
Buenos días.
You must always say hello. It's nearly the Day of the Dead, so there were lots of little shrines and altars around. This hotel used to be a private residence and had a lovely indoor garden. Very beautiful. And then we got into the van in the rain, passing through all the marketplaces and villages to get to the village that we wanted to see today.
Hello from Chamula. Back in the day when the Spaniards came, they encouraged by force everyone to become Catholic. The smart natives of Chamula built a Catholic church. It's not anything that I've ever seen inside, so they had their own religion inside, but it looks like a Catholic church from the outside. So good for them, they've kept up their tradition. There's a beautiful market there, so we had a wander through there. And a look in the church. You're not allowed to take any photos or video inside the church, which is fine, that's respecting their culture, right? It's not cold, but it is a bit rainy today.
Right, we're off to the next village where we were introduced to the art of seated weaving. Very skilled weavers, these ladies. These young women made us some beautiful tortillas which we ate. This village is famous for its produce and its flowers. Later, we headed back into town.
This is Pub Street, where all the bars are. And there's people enjoying the afternoon on a Sunday afternoon. It's very good. This is the Cathedral, San Cristóbal de las Casas. I think it looks like a gingerbread house. Good morning, and we are off again. We are leaving San Cristóbal de las Casas and heading to Palenque, so up into the jungle. We've been at altitude, we've felt it. Headache, dry. We've had a bit of a change in plan and we came to Carla's mother's house. Here it is. they've got 3 dogs. There's 2 dogs that don't really like us being here, and she's got some sheep. And we're looking at some iguanas up the tree, but I can't see them at the moment. It is very hot. Oh, it's a different temperature here than it was in San Cris, that's for sure. We have arrived at Palenque, and we took the very long way to get here because the road was out and there were trees across the road on the other way. So we went to go right up into Tabasco and then come back down again, back into Chiapas state. But the hotel looks quite nice. There's a swimming pool and it's about 24 degrees and it's still kind of raining. That's what the problem's been, the rain. Well, that was a nice surprise. We got a beer, a little tiny one.
That beer was very welcome after a long day in the van. We get to check out our lovely, cool room, which has a balcony. We've got a little balcony overlooking the car park.
From the jungle, we've just had a very big breakfast of pancakes, and today we're off to an archaeological site. I had trouble saying that, but it's early in the morning. I had a good sleep here, and it is much warmer here in Palenque.
So we're just waiting with the group to get on the van and go to the archaeological site. The great thing about being with Intrepid, you don't have to think about what's happening for the day. You just get in the van, they take you there, and what's more, they're going to tell you all about the special sites that you're seeing.
How it used to look like.
It is truly a beautiful site, and what's more, we get to go inside one of the pyramids and see the sarcophagus.
It would have been awful. Pretty amazing stuff. Walking through ancient history, straight into a market. So Palenque means water, and there is no shortage of water here at the moment, especially after all the storms that we've had. To the last bit. Here we go. Oh, right at the top. Well, nearly. Let's go look at the view. Wow. Amazing. Look at the jungle though. Look at it all. It's so dense.
And behind the pyramids there is a jungle walk through and past the river and waterfalls, past all these ancient ruins, and then over a bit of a swing bridge. So it's worth doing, and it didn't take very long, and eventually you end up back at the visitors centre.
Very nice looking cup of coffee with the pottery makes. Not too bad for a latte. Nice environment here on the street. Just having a wee look around downtown. It's a cute little town. All the locals are still out having a look at the shops. Lots of things to buy. Not too expensive. Quite nice. Tree lined. Very pleasant.
After our city walk and ice cream, we went back to the hotel where we managed to try out the piñata. Kevin gave it a good old bash, so he managed to get some of the lollies out. One of the group was celebrating their birthday and it was hilarious. After that massive day, it was dinner and bed.
Morning from the bus. We're off again this morning. Big long drive up to Merida. We just had a quiet afternoon at the pool yesterday and some dinner out, so we'll see you soon. We get stops every 2 hours. Well, this one's probably 3 hours, and we're at this kind of truck stop thing, so we managed to get a bottle of Coca-Cola and have a little wander around, which was good. A bit of a break from the vehicle, and it looks like we might be getting back in the van and heading further along this very straight but potholed road off to Merida.
No matter where you go in Mexico, there seems to be a dog. This one only had one eye.
Only one eye.
But the special treat was this cute cat. Anyway, back in the van and then up the road until we got to the Gulf of Mexico.
We have made it to the Gulf of Mexico and stopped at a fish place right on the beach and had a big old dish of fish, tacos and things, so, and a drink. I had horchata, which is tasty rice, creamy drink, milky drink. Anyway, it's beautiful and warm, and I've got my scarf on to keep my hair in control. Very nice. Birds zooming around. Welcome to Merida. We are in the Hotel Caribe, and it seems we're in quite a large suite, unexpectedly, including a desk area. So let me swing you around and I can show you what this looks like.
A desk, television, conversation area, a rather nice lamp and mirror, and then we come through this wide partition into the bedroom with our double beds, 2 beds, and then outside overlooking the square, I think, and then into the bathroom, which actually looks quite nice. Alright, that's it.
We went into the church, but it's closed now, and tomorrow we can look over there in that building. There's some murals, and this is the square where the flag is flying. We'll have a look at that tomorrow morning when it's brighter. Our room. Good morning from Casas, Kevin and Leanne in Merida. We're going to head out this morning, probably just going to go and see a lot of museums. Yeah, we had a good night here in our beautiful room. Very old and slightly falling apart, but that's okay. Was worried about the noise outside, but actually it wasn't too bad. Things are just starting to crank up now out there, but we're going to go and wander around Merida and also go to the pool upstairs because that would be nice. I think it's probably going to be
in the late 20s, which is good for us. The Hotel Caribe was formerly a Catholic school and a seminary. It was part of a bigger complex that no longer exists. Anyway, we were off to the Governor's Palace. It still has the state government offices there, but you can go in for free to see the beautiful murals. Beautiful room, beautiful murals overlooking the Grand Plaza Grande. The artworks were painted in the early 1970s and they depict the Republic, the Mayan oppression, slavery, and the conquistadors coming in, so colonialism, all of those oppressive elements and rising above that to become the Republic that it is today. The Mexicans do know how to paint a very good mural. Fascinating to see, and what an amazing, beautiful room. And it's free to get in, which is even better. The artist is, I have to read it, I'm afraid, sorry, Fernando Castro Pacheco. I can never remember all these names. The Grand Plaza behind me is the cathedral. Over there is where we just came out of, where the big murals were. Across in front is the pink City Hall, and we're going to an old mansion that's owned by a bank that you can visit. But in the squares they have these lovely little love seats. They're all around. There's little white concrete seats where you can sit and talk to each other. I think it's lovely. It's very cute. And of course we have the big sign where all the tourists love to come take their photo. We did that last night. So you've got lots of things to look at and see. And actually in the daytime the gardens look beautiful. There's some beautiful flowers to look at. Here we are. Time for a coffee. After our lovely cup of coffee at this church-themed cafe, we made our way over to the museum house. Again, no video allowed inside, but we could take as many photos as you like, and it was free. Travelling is fun, but it can be tiring, and when I was in the beautiful house that's owned by the bank, which is actually a bank with the house in front that you could go in for free, I started getting a sort of migraine zigzaggy thing. So we came back to the hotel, and I'm just having a wee lie down here. I think perhaps it's fatigue, tiredness, travel, but also the really bright sunshine and heat that I'm just not used to. But I'm feeling better now. After lazing by the pool for a while, we went out to dinner where one of the group ordered this flaming dish. I don't even remember what it was, but it certainly looked spectacular. Then it was off to bed. Good night from Merida. There's a bit of noise and street party going on, so hopefully we'll sleep all right tonight. Don't know when that'll finish. See ya. Good morning. We are just about to leave Merida. What are my thoughts on Merida? It was hot. Full of good things to see, like the government palace and the bank house mansion and the Grand Plaza. And alarms are going off outside. So today is our last full day in Mexico, and tomorrow we fly back home to New Zealand, where it takes us almost 2 days, sort of, but not really. I'm going to get ready and get going. Then it was off to Chichén Itzá, one of the most visited archaeological sites in Mexico. Intrepid, they looked after us because they gave us a guide to show us all around, and I would recommend you do that. It's the place of the ball game, that's the hoop, and the winner would be sacrificed, and it was a great honour. When they dredged or
had a look in that sinkhole. They found 450 skeletons, which are now at the Peabody Museum in the USA. They should bring them back, I think.
I'm melting.
Yes, we are very warm. It's amazing. Oh, look at that. Look at it.
Chichén Itzá is hot, crowded, but it is spectacular, and afterwards we had lunch at a local family's house. I really like the tiles of Mexico. I'd love to bring some home, but that's impossible. Then we got to go to a cenote.
Well, I did it. I swam in a cenote. I think it's about 20 metres deep. Cold water, a few fish running around inside, but I managed to get in and swim around. You've got to wear life jackets, it's mandatory.
The cenotes, I believe, were formed during the mass extinction meteorite that struck the Yucatan Peninsula. Then we travelled and waved goodbye to our lovely van and tried to get into our hotel room. We eventually did and got freshened up before we went out for our final dinner with the group.
Well, we're in Playa del Carmen and we're at 5th Avenue and we're just having a wee look around. We've had our dinner just to see what's happening. It's about 10:30 at night, so people are out enjoying a few drinks and music. Well, we're about to leave and we've had an amazing stay here in Mexico. Lots of colour, lots of history, ancient history, modern history, and lots of artwork and good food and plenty to see and do. And so thanks for coming along and sharing, and we're going to head out now. Going to take the ADO bus up to Cancun airport, then we've got to fly to Houston, and then we're flying to Auckland, and then we're flying to Dunedin. So thanks for coming along. See you. Bye.
Would recommend the bus. There are no Ubers. We used a company called Bus Bud to book.
Do we look a bit shiny? We're on the bus. We are to the aeropuerto.
Takes about an hour to drive up past all the resorts to get to the airport. We were disappointed to find that Cancun airport doesn't have a lounge for us.
Right, at the airport in Cancun, it's a very busy airport with flights going everywhere, and we are waiting on a flight to Houston.
So we say goodbye to Mexico, which is a vibrant and colourful country to visit. It does take a little time to adjust to the altitude and the culture, so give yourself a bit of space and time. The Intrepid trip is a convenient way to see the countryside, but be prepared for some long travel days. Would recommend it, and I would do it again. See ya!